G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. How are we all doing on this lovely afternoon? Well, it's the Easter time, ladies and gentlemen, and thus brings a lovely and, well, if you're not riding often, it'd be a very informative PSA, as they say, because the joyous time about Easter, or any holiday period for that matter, it's a bit of a questionable time for both driving and riding, so I'm going to go under the guise of riding, but it goes both ways, alright? We're talking about holiday times and danger, alright? Statistics say, ladies and gentlemen, that there is more accidents around the holiday time because a lot of more drinking, a lot of more driving, you know what I'm saying? So this here is a little public service announcement, as it were, to let you guys know to be safe and careful, alright? Because when it comes to holiday times and going around, driving is already bad enough. But if you're riding, well, the risk of damage goes a lot higher. And if everyone else is out here drinking and driving, well, the last thing you want is to be part of such statistics and being involved in a crash of some kind. So here is my little just word of warning. 2, take your time, be extra safe, be a little careful when riding around at this time of year, or holiday times in general. Like Christmas and New Year's are especially bad, but Easter's up there. Oh, every time I come to this intersection, that little 48, she makes me tingle. It's a nice looking bike, the 48s. But yeah, man, you got to be real careful around the Easter times because people like to party. Now, I don't know about your state of the world, but I know Australians definitely like to get on the piss. So, do be careful when you're out there drinking, because if you are hopping behind wheels, you're potentially risking people like your boy. Now, look at this nursery. It's been like abandoned. Such a interesting look. But yeah, man, be careful out here riding. In other news, on the same topic, sort of, it's not the same threat, but it is different. More so in certain places like Victoria, Melbourne is for one. Australia in general is pretty bad on this topic because police in our country don't seem to operate on the guise of safety. They operate more on the guise of let's take as much money from the populace as they can. So if you are riding around during the holiday season, be extra aware as both a driver and a rider, because the police love to sit in unmarked vehicles at this time of year. Oh boy, they do. They do. They sit in their unmarked cars, or the highway patrol go out for a party, and if your car's too loud, too low, too funny looking, or if your bike's a little bit too strange looking, mate, guess who's getting fined or defected or some stupid rules like this. You want to hear a funny meme about Australia, Victoria's rules, right? You can have a cold air intake on your vehicle, you can have an intercooler on your vehicle, but God forbid you have both. If you have both of them on your vehicle, your car is now unroadworthy. It is now illegal. You can't be having both those damn things. Who do you think you are? Goddamn morons thinking you can have an intercooler and a bloody cold air intake or whatever air intake upgrade. Fucking, oh baby, it makes no sense, the rules we have here. Like, I can understand a car being too low, but having the intake and the bloody intercooler modified, that's just taking the piss. Come on now. You have your wastegate modified, God have mercy, you're illegal. You have your car just boosted 20% over the power of stock, guess what? You got to go get the bloody thing engineered. Mate, the skyline's missing a few letters in front of us. Yeah, like you build your Barra to have 20% more power than stock. Well, unfortunately, now it's not legal. You got to go get it checked. Even though if you basically just de-restrict some of them with an ECU tune, you're basically there already. But God have mercy if you do that and tell them your car is now illegal, mate. Bloody modifying vehicles in this country is a joke. It's a bit like California. I don't know what it is about Victoria or just Australia in general. They really like to try and mimic California in every way they possibly can. It's very sad, actually. At least we can have somewhat of exhaust. Bikes tend to get a bit of a, you know, bit of a free go in terms of exhaust noise, which is look, alright, I'll give it that one. At least they got the bike exhaust part correct. But it comes to the rest of it, like car exhaust noises get fucked over. Car mods get ruined. Bikes, however, we get a little bit lucky, but we're always wrong. So if you crash, it's your fault. That's how it works. Someone pulled out of a side street there looking and you hit him, guess whose fault it is? It's yours. The car will get fined, but in the, you'll be at fault somehow. Bloody love it, mate. It's just called biker's life. It's a bit like that, mate. It's really, really unfortunate, unfortunately, for us little here riders out there. But man, I'm just going to take it cruisy, take it enjoyable, speak some mumbo jumbo on the camera, and have a good time out here with the lads, mate. Why not? I enjoy a nice ride. It's a nice 26-degree day right now, but the wind is nice and cool. So I tell you, mate, riding in this kind of temperature, oh, it's absolutely divine. Ooh, come on, car, turn a little faster than that. Now, I don't know if you guys have done that very often when you ride with a t-shirt, but like when you have a hot day with a cool breeze and you ride a bike, oh, dude, it is like, it's orgasmic. It's how good it is. That nice breeze you feel on your arms. Oh, mate, it's magical. It's a joy that not enough people understand because not enough people ride bikes. Yes, screw waiting for that. Ooh, it's been a long time since I've ridden down this way. That is for certain. I have to go get some petrol soon, but man, it's too good of a feeling. But that is my sort of message for the day. Couldn't remember the words I'm looking for because I'm too distracted by everything else. Just be careful over the weekend, lads and lasses, if you're riding, especially if you're a new rider and you're not quite familiar with the risks involved in riding. Just like the other day, it'll be in the thumbnail of this video of a crash I did see. I went out to the Indian motorcycle dealership to have a look at some motorbikes because, well, what else does a good man do when you can do such things? And I was talking to this bloke just out front of the shop, right? Now, I was talking to him for a little while, and basically, he was telling me about how he just had all his bike sort of modified and missed all of his summer riding period, because I don't know, I didn't quite hear if it was in the shop or if it was in the, just getting repaired in general. But basically, he was saying, like, oh, I just got the bike back. These are all the modifications I've done to it, and etc., etc. And then, 2 seconds after he left, he got hit. So, because I was walking with the girlfriend, the guy went down the road, did a U-turn, and then we looked away naturally, and then 2 seconds later, and you're like, I really hope that was a car. And then the missus goes, oh, don't want to really have a look. But I said, too bad. Went for a bit of a walk, and, well, lo and behold, some young chick turned a U-turn in front of the biker, and the biker went crashing up and over the steering wheel, the bonnet of the car. So, unlucky for him. Fortunately, he was relatively okay, so you love to see that. But unfortunately, man, it's just the time of the year. You got to be real careful with these things. Whew, bouncy, bouncy road, that one. Woo-hee, you love to see it. But yeah, dude, it's amazing how quickly these things can happen. Because like I was talking to that bloke, calm as a daisy. Now, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, hello there. He didn't seem like the most confident rider there is, which is probably an aggravating factor. But if you were riding in the inner suburbs, you don't typically ride, aggressively. You ride sort of, okay, a bit of caution here and there. But no, he was pretty cautious, but a bit too cautious can also be a bad thing, because if you're overly cautious, you can tend to crash. So, and guess what? Unexpected U-turns, you can hit the brakes. Okay, now, there are very few instances where you can barely, slow down at all. But I think this guy panicked a little bit more. But, look, you never really know. Because I've only really ever been in one instance where I couldn't have stopped, and that's where a guy whipped out in front of me without indicating. And that's all good because I swerved out of the way. The point being is there's always, usually an alternative option you can take. But unfortunately, this bloke, nah, not so much. So I don't want to see this happen to you guys, but if it does, please leave a message in the Discord. I'll leave a link down below to all that goodness. But in other news, we have a Reddit. Come over and say some memes, post and shit post to your heart's content. Join the Discord, leave some comments and talk through there. I'm always popping about. And as always, you can leave a comment. I'm always going to reply to the comments, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry about that. But all in all, I really do hope you ride safe during the holiday seasons. I'm going to go fill up some petrol. I'm not going to get some chocolate milk for once, because I already have one today. A nice hot chocky milk, actually. But we've had one. It would be egregious to go on another one. But I do hope you take it easy, keep it cheesy. Do take in consideration about the holiday times. Don't stop over the line like this goose over here in the Subaru. How does that even happen, man? He identifies as a bicycle now. What an absolute clown. Oh God. Stuck behind a Prius. Ugh. But I do hope you guys take it easy, keep it cheesy. Enjoy yourselves, ride safe. You know I love you. By the time I leave you. But as always, peace, bye!